Hello, everybody. Welcome to Waiter to Win. Start of a brand new week. Hope it's all been good for you. And the weekend, was challenging in the weekend. Once I was like my head gets run over, then who are we at the end of the day? I mean, no such thing as in being invincible. That much I can tell you. Right, let's get into the action. It's a reminder about our Waited to Win social media handle, and the Twitter account is at Waited to Win. We've also got a WhatsApp number for you that's on the screen. You can use that. All you've got to do is send your name and your email address to that number and be part of the group. And we've also, of course, got 4racing.tv, DSTV, YouTube. We're back there as well. And hopefully you can be part of that. Let's get through this week. We start with the first. There's a horse in the first that they say will win. It's a favourite. It's odds on. We're not going to get rich on it, I can tell you that, because it's currently priced up at 9 to 10. A horse called McCartney. Daryn Burroughs joins me. Can we start there, Daryn?
Yes, Clyde. I have spoken to the stable. They're expecting him to pretty much win the race. Last time out, returning after a break, ran a good third behind Kitchakal, who looks a smart youngster. So a repeat of that performance should see him in the winner's box.
Yeah, Kitchakal quite decent. Darryl, Maree, you agree?
I do make him very hard to beat. Clyde last time out, it was his first run without the tongue tie, and it's his best to date. So that form line's been fair. There's a direct winner in Diani and two indirect winners in Forgotten Time, and Global Dollar. And that's this combination. When they team up, they're deadly. They've had 8 winners from 18 runners. So I think he's certainly the horse to beat. His biggest danger is very exposed in Geronimo. I mean, he's a 5-year-old. He's having his 18th start, but probably his best over this course and distance. So I'm going to tip them 7 from 6.
I see the Aggressiva formula that in Tabazita form. One horse has come to one there called the Captain's Walk. One runner, one winner. Got to exact the chance or what?
Yeah, and interesting, they have put a set of blinkers on him for the first time.
Yeah,
interesting. So he is a blinker strike.
Interesting.
He's got a trifecta chance of year.
Yeah, that's Rachel Vennick and Mace Roberts, a team up there. Okay, watch out for that part. McCartney hard to beat. So it's bypots. Let's get straight into Darryl's.
Yes, Clyde, I'm starting with a banker in the first leg, number 7, McCartney, then 1 and 3, by 2 and 4, by 1 and 4, by banker number 1, by 1, 2, 3 and 4.
All right, we'll get that banker 1 there. Let's get Daryn Burroughs is up now. Daryn, let's talk about yours.
So mine's 7 by 1, by 2, 4, 8, by 1, 2, 3, 8, by 1, 2, 5, by 3, 4, 10. Take it once for 108 Rand.
On to race number 2. Let's get our place accumulators on here. We've got Johnny's Hope, who's top of the boards, priced up Daryn at 15 to 10 this morning at around 10 o'clock for Com Naidu. Cabela Matsanyani has been in absolutely unbelievable form and rides the favourite.
For me, a PA banker. I have been for him in the past. I labelled him in his last 2 starts, and he got run over narrowly. His maiden win's not far away. He will be my first choice, but I would cover him with horses like Corsican in your exactas. I think he improved up in trip and should go well again. And Imaginable, not a bad debut, and he's open to improvement.
Yeah, I've heard about Imaginable. They say that's fancied, so be careful. Watch out. If you do want to put that into the play, include it. Johnny's Hope, though, is 15 to 10. I'm not sure if that's going to shorten or not. Will that drift? How do you see the market here?
I'm not too sure, Clyde. I stuck my neck out over the weekend and got put in our place. So Johnny's Hope, Darren's touched on 2 very close-up seconds. Yeah. Going to get it right sooner or later. The third place runner, his later start came out and ran second, Political Party.
I see that.
He's no great shakes himself, but he's an honest horse. Imaginable is open for improvement. I mean, I watched his replay on debut. Something went wrong in the early stages. I'm not too sure if he had to ease or he took an awkward stride, but he was caught 5 wide in the early stages, Clyde. He was really staying on stoutly. His dam side is full of stamina. Both his half-sisters won over 10 furlongs, 2,000 and 2,400. He's going to love the step up in trip. If he's not in need of one more outing, I think he'll give Johnny's Hope a big run for his money. Despite that, I think he is his biggest danger. Double Silver, who ran second in that race, come out and ran third in his next start. I think Imaginable will trouble Johnny's Hope today. I think he's actually a nice horse. He's a big, solid son of William Longsword.
It'll be interesting to see how he does. Okay, so Johnny's Hope the one to beat, but not all overs because Imaginable may well be the biggest threat. This is what we're doing in our second race place accumulators. We start with Darryl.
Yes, safety routes in the first leg, Clyde. The 1 and the 3 by 2 and 4, by 1 and 4. Then our bank at number 1, Giambattista, by 1, 2, 3 and 4, by 5 and 8, by 1, 7 and 8.
All right, let's bring Daryn Burroughs is up now. What's he got?
1 a banker, by 2, by 1, by 1, by 3, by 4 and 5, by 8. So I've got 6 bankers and 2 runners in the 6th leg. 400 Rand will give it to you 200 times.
Let's get on to the third race now. Pick 6 time. Daryn Burroughs is standing by. Lord Minver top of the boards at 33 to 10. You've got 9 to 2 and better about the others. This is also Kanisa Ndiba is trading at 9 to 2, or Ndlela rather, and 9 to 2 about Fever. I know that you were quite big on Alison Wright and Keegan DeMello as a combination, Daryn.
Yes, I really like this horse. You know, his rating's down another 3 points from his last start. He's had the 2 comeback runs. His second run back was 2 lengths off Tysman, who came out to win yesterday again. Keegan DeMello back in the saddle, good draw. He will be my first choice, Kanisa and Lela. In the pick 6, I did include numbers 2, 4, 8, 10, and 11.
Okay, so there are a few that you'll go in, but otherwise we know what your first choice is. Yours, Darryl?
Yeah, no doubt Kanisa and Lela, Clyde. It looks like he's been teed up for this race. Daryn touched on his ratings down. You know, in his 2 runs over 2,000 meters, I do believe that was too far for him at that stage of his career. He moved up extremely dangerously and just never went on with his efforts. I think the 1700's ideal for him. Everything's in his favor. Third run off the rest. He's got the draw, the jockey, the combination. Stable's in deadly form. I think he is the horse to beat. Got respect for Lord Minver. Now, take note of these weight turnarounds, Clyde. 6 kgs better off with Fever for 2.5 length beating. 3.5 kgs better off with High Green for a short head beating. He's been close up recently, and despite that, his ratings come further down to a 54. So 4 from 2 for me. Sorry, 2 from 4.
2 from 4. Okay, so Lord Minver on ratings and turnarounds and weights and all of that, that is definitely a massive runner, but it does appear like Kanisa and Lela's turn is about to come. Let's go into our pick 6s. We'll start with you, Darryl.
Yes, I'll put them both in the first leg of the pick 6, Clyde. 2 and 4, by 1 and 4, by 1, 2, 5 and 6, by 1, 2, 3, 4. By the field, by 1, 5, 7, 8. I have included a scratching in the third leg, hoping to double up with the tote favourite.
All right, let's get that pick 6 on. That's 256 Rand for 10%. Daryn?
2, 4, 8, 10, 11 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. I've chosen to banker this horse Giambattista in the third leg by field, and then my value bets on the day. Give me a lullaby in the last. We landed a big gamble on her last time from 16 to 1 in. I think she'll win again. 2,500 Rand per.
You're back with us. Welcome. That's good news. Let's have you with us. Race 4 now. It's time to look at jackpots, and we'll take a look at how they're priced up in the market, where Metallic Gold is the one to beat, according to the market anyway. Puller Aries teaming up at 7 to 2 here. Maximus second choice at 4 to 1. That's number 3. Winter with Joe could be the Shruti in the pack. Peter Muscat's having a fantastic run. MK Kachedi's in the saddle, trading at 9 to 2. And you can get 6 to 1 about number 2, Global Dollar. The Muscat stable's flying at the moment, Daryn.
Well, this is the right horse in the race. On paper, everything points towards Winter with Joe. On the comments, they're going to push forward because he runs his best races from the front. He's had the 2 comeback runs. So this is his peak run. Last time out, he ran 3 lengths behind Metallic Gold. He's 9.5 kilos better off, and he jumps from a 1 draw. So I think there's going to be late money for this horse, Winter with Joe, and he'll take all the beating. Dangers would come from numbers 2, 3, 4, and number 8, Quick Star at a big price.
Okay, there may be dangers, and they're probably worth looking at trifectas and quartets and that sort of stuff. But from a jackpot perspective, it does appear to be a 2-horse race. Darryl?
I certainly hope so, Clyde. I've only put the 2 of them in, the 1 and the 4. Yeah, you've got different cases for both Winter with Joe and Metallic Gold. Now, Winter with Joe is coming down in the ratings. whereas Metallic Gold is obviously improving. Now, on paper, Metallic Gold's going to have his work cut out, but he is an improving sort, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him confirm that form despite the weight turnaround. So I've just gone both the two of them, 1 and 4.
Okay, just the two. But I think we know where we're leaning. Let's have a look at the jackpot. Darryl's has worked one out for you. Here it is.
Yes, jackpot 1's my decision, Clyde. I've gone 1 and 4 by 1, 2, 5 and 6 by 1, 2, 3 and 4 by the field.
Okay, welcome back. Let's get on to our next race on the card now. This is jackpot 2 time. It's over 1,400 meters. And, well, there's a few in here with chances. But 5-2 is how they've priced up this horse, Giambattista. I know, Daryn, I know you're very big on this.
I'm not very big on it, but I did choose to bank him in the pick 6. Just on that last victory, he was a runaway winner by 4 lengths. He got a penalty, but with 54.5 kilos, 1 draw, he's in form, course and distance winner. I'm leaning towards Giambattista. Dangers would be Spy Master and Cupid's Song.
All right. Big enough to bank her in the pick 6, though. I mean, maybe there could be some hesitation around 2 plays, but what do you think?
Yeah, he was very impressive last time out. Obviously, things went his way because he had a neat draw on that occasion. But once again, Clyde drawn 1, should get the run of the race, in cracking form currently. And despite the £8 penalty, I think he could certainly pull off a hat-trick over here. So he's a live wire. Spy Master, if he's not in need of one more run, I think he'll go very close today. I think this is a more favorable distance for him. Blinkers have been removed and certainly strip fitter. I think he's a nice sort. And then Cupid's Song, Clyde. Last time out, he covered the most ground out of all. He was widest throughout and found a little bit of interference in the latter stages. Possibly could have finished slightly closer. And that combination we've touched on in the past, when they team up, you have to throw them into all exotics. So like Daryn touched on 1, 2 and 5.
Okay, so there are a few in terms of what we need to do here. I think that whilst Giambattista is the right one, perhaps there are 1 or 2 others to consider as well, and maybe a 2 play. Let's have a look at what the guys are intending on doing. Well, Daryn, let's get through your part.
So mine's, I'm bankering 1 Giambattista by field, and then bankering my value bet quite strongly in the last. Give me a lullaby, 100 Rand perm.
Welcome back, everybody. Let's move on to our next event on the card, see what sort of play we can go with over here. We've got just a few races left now. This is a 1,200 on the poly, and they bet 4-1 the field, so one of the more tougher races on the card. Mark Dixon's got a joint favourite here called Shell Seeker, and Duncan Howells has got another one called Birdwatcher. 4-1 the field, Daryn.
Open race. This is probably one of the trickier races on the card, besides race 7. Shell Seeker. Now, she had a big setback from quite a big injury, and she's slowly coming on the right way. 14 lengths back, 5 lengths back, 1.5 lengths back, and she's got the ability, and I think she's getting her confidence back. So Shell Seeker will be my first choice. Birdwatcher, the drop-in trip could suit her because she's not quite rounding her races off, but she is running close up. And then Blush of Dawn at 33-1 and 6-1 a place. This filly could pop up. I know she's a bit slow away, so from the draw she'll tuck in towards the back, but her rating has plummeted, and I wouldn't be surprised to see her pop up.
Okay, so there are a handful. What do you think?
Yeah, the race certainly doesn't stop there, Clyde. Fillies and mares handicap. Birdwatcher, she's a 6-year-old mare. She picked up a £2 penalty last time out for running second, but she was 2.5 lengths clear of the third place runner. Both a winner and the third place, I think, have come out and run second in their next start. Shell Seeker certainly off a competitive mark now. Been disappointing though, but Darren's touched on she's had issues. Flying the Star. Now she's 4.5 kilograms better off with Not Now Pussycat. I think she can certainly be competitive today. And then what can we say about Meteoric? I mean, she's 2 from 2 over the course and distance. She cracks a draw. Very effective over this track and trip. So I've made it a race between numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Interesting. It's an open race there. I think there are a number of horses in here. 1, 2, 3 from Darryl's side. You heard Daryn already I don't know. I think there might be one or two long shot shooties that could pop up here. Let's have a look at what the plan is. We're taking a trifecta, and we're using 1, 2, 3, 4, and 10. So we move on to race 7 and 1200. Just 2 races left to go now. What's the Shruti in the pack in the race here? Difficult to say as they bet 4, almost 5 to 1 the field. Maybe a last double recommendation. We'll lean on Daryn Burroughs now to get some help in a race like this. Daryn?
I think I'll leave this one to Darryl. I think I found one in the last race for us, but this race I have played the field in all my plays. So if I had to narrow it down, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8.
Okay. Well, then we go straight to Darryl.
Yeah, I can't help myself here, Clyde. The 2 Gary Rich runners, Corner Crusade, they're both in very good form. Did Caldican have the choice? I'm sure he did. So he's opted to ride number 8 of your Arctic Princess. She's in good form prior to a short rest. Form lines have been franked. Miss Lila and Royal Kitty have won from there. The Stable Companion, Corner Crusade. We've seen Winter's Destiny and Lunar Eclipse win from there. She's never far off. But this is a field event, Clyde.
Field event, so not much help, to be honest. Sorry about that, but it is open. Anything can win, anything. No surprises to see anything arrive in a race like this. So if hopefully you're running, you've got fields, etc. in this particular event. But what else can you do to get something out of the race? Well, we just opted to go out with exactas, and we're taking 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. But it doesn't end there. Last race on the card. We've been waiting for Daryn Burroughs. He's been telling us he's got one for us in the last. Let's go straight to Daryn.
Race 8, number 8. Give me a lullaby. Drawn 8 as well. So all the 8s. Last time out, they removed the tongue tie. They removed the pacifiers. They dropped her in trip over course and distance, and she finished the race off really strongly. She's only got 54 kilos, a 3-point merit rating hike from a 53 to a 56. I don't think that's going to be enough to stop her. So I'm closing the day, having a bet on Give Me a Lullaby.
Okay, and it's a handicap at the 68 level. Maybe that's not strong a field either. Often like to compare on a like-for-like basis. What do you think, though?
Yeah, Clyde, I think she's going to be very competitive with this mark still. I mean, she has been off a higher mark in the past. Last time out, she was bustled to hold position from a good draw. I think this time around, she could just come out softly and be finishing a race off extremely well once again. 0 from 7 winners, but numerous placings from that form line. So, yes, she could certainly follow up. Enid's Girl, now she's off a very competitive mark now, off a 72, having her peak run. Keegan DeMello in the irons. I mean, what more can we say about him? And we touched on that form line with Birdwatcher in one of the previous races. And then Morgan Le Fay. Now, he has a filly that if she jumps on terms from a 1 draw, she could certainly be put into the race. But she has a tendency to come out slow. So that can't happen today because she's going to be on the back foot then. So in order, 8, 7, and 1.
Yeah, I see the form lines are not strong.
With regards
wins. I mean, I see Enid's Girl there, second, but there's nothing that really is flying. Win, straight, direct wins of it. Nothing great.
In the entire field?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Very weak.
It's a low
very weak
fillies and mares handicap.
All right. Well, maybe we'll be with Daryn then. Give me a lullaby in this particular event. And that's his plan to wrap up the 8th and final here at Hollywood Bets Grey. Well, thank you so much for watching, everybody. We look forward to joining you the rest of the week.